At the invitation of their Imperial Majesties, the Shahanshah Ariamehro and the Shahbanu of Iran, their Majesties, the King and Queen of Malaysia, arrive in Tehran for a week-long state visit. The Iranian sovereigns welcome their royal guests at the Mehrabad airport. The Prime Minister, the speakers of both houses of Parliament, the Minister of Court, members of the Cabinet, the Chief of the Supreme Commander's Staff, the Imperial Master of Ceremonies, and top-ranking civilian and military officials, and some members of the diplomatic corps in Tehran attend the airport ceremonies. Iran and Malaysia are both ancient countries with friendly relations going back to ancient times. Developing countries want to prosper and to prosper rapidly, and this cannot be secured but through peace, through cooperation, through coexistence. Both Iran and Malaysia fully realize this, and the Malaysian sovereign's visit to Iran is intended to be a step on the road that leads to understanding and comprehension among nations.
اعلی حضرت‌ها، افتخار دارد به نام شهردار تهران تشریف فرمایی اعلی حضرتین مهمانان عالی قدر شاهنشاه.
At one of the main squares of the capital, the mayor, welcoming the royal visitors, conveys to them the warm greetings of the citizens of Tehran. He then hands over to the King and Queen of Malaysia the golden keys of the city.
Yang Mulia, Sibrukus sahabat-sahabat beta, yang berhormat Datuk Bandar, dan wakil-wakil bandar yang ternama serta rakyat Tehran.
Your Imperial Majesties, the Honorable the Lord Mayor, and distinguished representatives of the city and people of Tehran.
Lawatan negara beta ke negeri Iran.
The King thanks the citizens for their warm welcome and recalls that the state visit of the Shahanshah and the Shahbanu to Malaysia was a great event that the Malaysian sovereign had eagerly awaited and greatly appreciated. The Shahanshah Ariamehro and the King of Malaysia drive to the Gulistan Palace in a horse-drawn carriage, followed by the Shahbanu and the Queen of Malaysia in a second coach. At the Gulistan Palace, the mayor of Tehran presents the King and Queen of Malaysia with gifts offered by the people of the capital, and the Malaysian sovereign reciprocates the gesture. At the Niavaran Palace, a banquet is given by their Imperial Majesties in honor of King Nasiruddin Shah and the Queen of Malaysia.
اعلیحضرت از جانب شهبانو و خودم مقدم شما و اولیا حضرت ملکه را شادباش میگویم و امیدوارم از این سفر خود به مملکتی دوست و همکیش خاطره خوبی همراه خواهید برد.
In an after-dinner speech, His Imperial Majesty, the Shahanshah Ariamehro, recalls that ties of friendship has always existed between Iran and Malaysia. His Majesty expresses the hope that in this age of ours, when coexistence and cooperation among the nations have become imperative necessities, all Asian countries, and among the rest, Iran and Malaysia, might be able to get closer together, to better understand each other, and to cooperate full-heartedly with each other. The King of Malaysia first points out that his visit to Iran has given him real pleasure. He continues to say that the Shahanshah Ariamehro's deeds have shown to the world how sincerely the Iranian sovereign is devoted to the cause of world peace, and how strenuously he tries to improve the lot of the suffering man wherever he may be living. His Majesty, the King of Malaysia, is driving to the city of Ray to lay a wreath at the tomb of Reza Shah the Great, the founder of the Pehlevi dynasty. The King is greeted by Prince Ghulam Reza Pehlevi at the gate of the mausoleum. In the so-called coronation hall at the Gulistan Palace, the heads of the diplomatic corps and their wives are introduced to the King and Queen of Malaysia. The royal guests visit the Tehran Archaeological Museum. They inspect with great interest relics of ancient Iran. National Bank Gymnasium, the King and Queen enjoyed a performance of traditional exercises. Their Imperial Majesties attend the banquet given in their honor by the King and Queen of Malaysia at the Gulistan Palace. King Nasiruddin, accompanied by the members of his entourage, visit a car manufacturing plant in Tehran. His Majesty stresses that he is impressed by the spectacular growth of Iran's industries. The Iranian Prime Minister and the Minister of Foreign Affairs are received by the Malaysian King at the Gulistan Palace for a round of talks. His Majesty visits the Tehran University's Atomic Center. The nursing school is visited by the Malaysian Queen. At the Tehran Opera House, the royal party view a program of Iranian folk music and dances. At the end of the program, Cabinet ministers and high civil and military officials accompany their Majesties, the King and Queen of Malaysia, on a journey to Shiraz and Persepolis. In Shiraz, the sovereigns visit the mausoleum of Hafiz, the great Iranian lyric. The tomb of Sa'di, another great poet, is also visited by the eminent guests. While inspecting the superb remnants of the past at Persepolis, the King and Queen expressed their admiration for the heritage of Iranian civilization as reflected in Achaemenid architecture. Their Majesties are warmly welcomed in Isfahan by city officials and the people. They tour historic monuments of the city, such as the Ali Qapu Palace and the masts of Shah and Sheikh Lutfullah. Their Majesties visit the textile manufacturing plant of Shahnaz. The royal guests visit the Sapling and Seed Improvement Institute in Karaj near Tehran. A training center of the Development Corps is also visited by the eminent guests. Their Majesties pay a visit to the Karaj Dam and the related installations, such as the hydraulic power plant. the state visit of their Majesties, the King and Queen of Malaysia, comes to an end. Their Imperial Majesties, the Shahanshah Ariamehro and the Shahbanu of Iran, accompany their royal guests to the Mehrabad airport. On leaving Iran, His Majesty King Nasiruddin declares that it has been a great pleasure to have had the opportunity to observe the great achievements and rapid development of a country that fully deserves to be called a friendly and hospitable country.